I look very frazzled. What a way to end the year. And actually, gonna let you into a little secret. I'm filming this really prematurely, like a couple of weeks in advance. So I don't even feel like I'm ready for Christmas yet. Yet you're seeing this on New Year's Eve. It's the 30th of December when you're seeing this. Doing it. I am committing to it. I'm finishing my 22 and 2022 project on Sunday, and then obviously straight on from that I'm going to be starting this project. I'm filming this early because I want to get ahead of myself from throughout the Christmas period, as I don't know how often I'll be at home yet. I don't know what my plans are, to be fair. So I wanted to get this up and edited just in case. So here we are. We are doing it. I'm going to take my glasses off because of the ring light. So this might make things a little bit difficult for me because I can't read my iPad as easily. Anyone who wants to know what the rules are, I'll put the markers down below so you can skip ahead. So you don't necessarily have to be watching the entire intro if you know what this is. So, for those who don't know, I did this project last year, well technically the year before and last year, this year. Last year and this year, I did this project. I ended it, I think, in June, July, August time. I can't remember. I was going to restart it in September or October, and then I was like, actually, I'm going to wait it out and work on and focus more on my 22 and 2022 project. Even though that's a complete failure of a project, I wanted to work on them just to get as much as I could in those products throughout the rest of the year. So I decided I would delay this and start this in January, which is what you're seeing now. So although I'm filming this a few weeks ahead, I'm not actually starting yet on these products. I'll be starting these on the 1st. Though technically a few days before then, because I want to have my reset day be a couple of days before it has to be up, because that can get quite confusing if it's quite close to the date that I need it to go up on. Yeah, so if you guys don't know what a project plan is, it is essentially where you have 10 items in at once, and it is a whole collection, at least in my case, it's a whole collection project plan where I randomly select an item from my inventory, which is on my spreadsheet, and I have every single item I'm allowing in this project numbered, and that adds up to around 960 items, maybe a little bit more. I haven't got everything on there, to be honest, not gonna lie. I haven't actually updated it completely because I've been lazy with adding all of my nail polishes, but I kind of know how many nail polishes I've got, so I kind of like guesstimated it, and it is around like 960, that number. So as you are aware, a lot of people do this project for 12 months. I do it slightly differently. My rule is that the 10 items I roll in my introduction, so the 10 items I'm rolling in today, I continue on this project until I roll out all 10 items. So that can be rolled out by hit and pan, by finishing, by uses. Once I reach those goals, then I can restart. So, I mean, we could have like a phenomenal year and have it done within a few months, or we could have it done in like 2 years or something, you know what I mean? So it kind of makes it a little bit more challenging and a little bit more interesting, I find. So things I'm doing a little bit differently this year are I am keeping some rules the same as I did last year. So I think there was a rule for 5 eyeshadows in at once. I'm doing that again this year. Some additional rules I have included is that I've now got set rules for set items and categories. If I don't want to pan them, then I've got set uses. So bronzer and blushes, I have 10 uses. Eyeshadow, if they're a grey colour, 20 uses, a black colour, 10 uses. Nail polish, if I roll them in, then that is 50 uses, but that actually translates to 5 times because you've got 10 fingers, 10 nails available. So 50 is these done 5 times. I can have 2 bronzers, blushes or highlighters in at once and no more than that. So I haven't actually decided if that means I can have a bronzer and a blush, or if that means I can have a bronzer and 2 blushes, or 2 highlighters, 1 blush, or 2 blushes, 2 highlighters. Haven't quite figured out that yet. I'm going to see how it goes with this project. And then eyeliners I put in for 10 uses as well. This year I've only got one category that is not part of this project, and that is my setting powders that I put on my face. Everything else is eligible. And yeah, there's quite a lot of items. There's 900 and something, as I said earlier. So that is actually, like, if I have a big palette with like 40 eyeshadows in it, 14 of those are part of that 960. So they're all individually added in. Yeah, so I've already actually gone through and randomly selected the items, and I'm going to present them to you in the order I rolled them in. So without further ado, here are the 10 items that I'm rolling into this project pan. I will let you guys know as I come across them which items I think will be the items that will be the longest running in this project and will be the defining item to how long it's going to take me to finish this. So the first item we have is my beloved Lorac palette. So this has appeared quite a few times. This has appeared in a lot of projects. I feel like I'm just like back to back using this. So this has been in my palette eyeshadows. It was in my last project pan. It is in this project pan now. It's been in my 2022. I'm going to quickly, this is the one that's got 120 eyeshadows in it, so it's got one palette and then another, and it's number 70, so there's 60 in each, so 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. So the item that we're rolling in is this shade here. Underneath the one that's panned up here, it's this one here. That is the 77th shade. That is the first item. I think this will be really easy pan because these eyeshadows are quite soft, and I've used them a lot in projects to now know that they are really easy to use. So I'm pretty okay with that. It's a great like setting shade. It's a great transition shade. It's a great like blending shade. So that's the first item. The next item we have is this. This is my Pur Soiree Diaries, and I've got the shade Gala rolled in, which is again another great neutral eyeshadow. It's the third one from the top, so it's a little bit darker this time round. As you can see, I've not panned anything in this, so I don't actually know how long it's going to take me. However, it is a great like neutral shade, as I said. I think this will be quite easy to pan or get some sort of progress in. There we go, that's the second eyeshadow. The third item I've rolled in is in a different category, and it is this. So I'm in like two halves. I don't particularly want to have this rolled in because this is one of my favourite nail polishes, but I randomly generated it in and I didn't want to sit there all night just like saying nope, nope, nope to everything I rolled in. So yeah, I've gone for it. So this is my Holo Taco Mint Money nail polish. It's like is this one of the Frosted Petals? I can't remember exactly which one this is, but it's a stunning shade. It's one of my favourites. And I'm going to use this 50 times. So that means 5 times all across. But as you can tell, I paint my nails a weird colour selection. So it may be the point where I have just like the thumbs done at the same time, and that will be 2 out of the 50. Do you get me? I hope that makes sense. Next up, we have got this. So this is my Sleek Au Naturel palette. I'm going to try and not spoil you guys because this is in my finale that's coming up on Sunday. So I'm going to try and hide the progress. Yeah, I am trading this for projects. I did like contemplate whether I wanted to have it rolled in or not. And I was like, maybe I will. I'll just keep it in. So the eyeshadow I've rolled in is unfortunately this shade down here, which is called Noir. So it is a black, as you can see. I'm going to roll this in for 10 uses. So we are already getting to that point where we're using a uses goal instead of panning. Okay, the next item I rolled in is a highlighter. And it is this. This is my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, pressed by in the shade Prismatic Amethyst. Now, there's a story behind this. When Becca closed down, I was like trying to get things before it, went away forever. So I bought this within the last week of them existing. And I received it and it came completely smashed. So I have honestly barely opened this because it is honestly, I don't even want to share what it looks like. There it is. Can you see? Yeah, it is a terrible, horrific sight. So I think this could be really deceiving because it's so broken. I think we could probably hit pan on this relatively easy. I have thought about repressing it, but just it gives me anxiety even opening this, and I don't want to repress it because that also gives me anxiety with losing this glaze of it. So we're gonna just see how this goes, but at the moment we're gonna try and hit pan on it. We shall see where we get to within a few months, or maybe there'll be I think I'm gonna set certain deadlines for 6 months or 12 months because I don't want to have something that I think is going to be impossible to be in forever. So, well, I do kind of want that, but when it's a highlighter, something that I don't use on a regular basis, every single day, I'm okay with having a deadline for this. So I think I'm going to look back at this in June and then decide whether I want to keep it rolled in or not. That's the first point of call, and then if I still want to be rolled in, then I'll do it again in December and then again in June next year, if we get that far. So next we're going back to eyeshadows. I did say that I'm doing this in the order that I rolled them in, so it isn't in a random order. And it is this Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and the eyeshadow I have rolled in is the 5th shade, which is this lovely green shade on the top row. And knowing how long it's taken me to try and hit pan on this one down here in a previous project, I think this is going to take me a while too. They're really deceiving at how big these are. They're really pigmented, so you don't need to use a lot at one time. But yeah, I've been embracing a lot this year, trying to use more colourful eyeshadows. So I'm okay with rolling this in. Okay, so this is the 3rd item that I'm rolling in that is part of my 2022 and 2022, which is hilarious. So the Lorac, was it the Lorac? Yeah, it was the Lorac palette. We've had the Sleek palette, and now we've got this. This is my Revolution palette, the Ultra Professional Eyeshadow palette in Flawless. So this was the eyeshadow. This has got the eyeshadow in it that's part of that project as well. So I'm going to hide that as well, and it doesn't hide the eyeshadow that we're rolling, so that's good. So this is the palette here, and the eyeshadow I've rolled in is actually this shade right here next to my finger. It's called Copper Shimmer, and it's obviously, a very nice copper shade. It's on the 3rd row next to my finger. Knowing how long it's taken me to work on this eyeshadow currently in my Panettone eyeshadows, I think it's very deceiving, again, how difficult these are to work with. However, it is a shimmer, so I do think it may be deceiving again how long it's going to take me to reach pan. That is the final eyeshadow rolled in. We've now got 5 eyeshadows rolled into this project, so the other 2 items are not eyeshadow. Next thing we have rolled in is a concealer. So I don't wear concealer on a daily basis. It's a step that I don't necessarily feel like makes much of a change for me, to be honest. Like, I just find like I just feel like concealer does nothing for me. I don't feel like I get like dark circles. I don't feel like I need it most of the time. I don't get spots, and most concealers are too dark for me anyway because I'm quite pale. So the item I've rolled in is actually this. It is my e.l.f. concealer and highlighter, but I've only rolled in the concealer. The highlighter is added elsewhere in my project, so we're only concentrating on this side. It's brand new, it's not been used at all, though it is a little bit old at this point. I think it's a couple of years old in this collection. So we're going to work on this. I'm going to see how it goes with this. I may give this a usage goal, but I also may just keep this in until I finish it. I am working on another concealer at the moment as well. I'm okay with that. I think it's nice to combine concealers and work on different things at the same time, so you can kind of get like an idea of what works and what doesn't. And the next item, I just realised I missed this. This is my Colourpop Bumble lip product. So I did debate whether I wanted to have a lip product in this project because I know how long it takes me to use up lip products, having worked on 2 in my 2022 and 2022. However, I thought, why not? It's a project pan, I'm rolling in whatever I want to roll in, and I'm rolling this in. So this is a little bit darker for me for an everyday use, but I did use this when I used to go into the office on a regular basis. As you can see, it's kind of settled because I've been storing this upright. So there is like a clear line of how much we've got left, which to be honest is not that much, well, it's not that bad. I don't know how long this is going to take me to finish, but I reckon it will take me a while. I think this will be my focus lip product until I finish it. That is the aim for this, I think. I'm not going to give it a usage goal. I think I'm going to finish this. What I don't like about this though is that it's quite drying and it's a little bit like on the thicker side, so it feels like, it just feels a bit weird when you're on your lips, but I like it. For the other information, I don't know, as it's all rubbed off. But yeah, I'm okay with working on that. And the final item that we've got in this project that I'm going to be working on for now is this. So this is a Liz Earle Eau de Parfum Botanical Essence number 15. I love this actually. It's very unused, as you can tell. It's quite brand new. I don't think I've used it much, and if I have, I've probably used it, I've used it probably twice, 2 or 3 times maybe, not very many. So I think I got this for Christmas at some point. Did I get it for Christmas? I got it at some point, or birthday maybe, like for my 30th, maybe. I can't remember, which was last year, not this year. I'm 31 now. So, yeah, the idea for this, to finish this, and I know how long it takes me to finish perfumes after working on them this year. So I think this will take me a long time. I think that it will be either this, the concealer, the highlighter, or either of the 2 eyeshadows in this. That will be the long running items in this project. I think everything else I'll be able to like work on. It might even be this. To be honest, I actually quite like that there's a lot of options in here that could be. So as I did last year, I forgot to mention this in the beginning actually. So alongside my 10 items each month, I'm going to be rolling in an eyeshadow or a palette that I have to work on a certain amount of times alongside my main project plan items. And I have it in a spin the wheel app, and once I've rolled it in, I can't roll it in again. So at the end of this video, I will go through and delete it from the wheel, so then next month it can't be rolled in. So we did it for quite a few months in the last project plan series I did, and I enjoyed doing it. It was like another additional challenge to try and use it as many times. If it was a single eyeshadow, I think I had a rule to use it like 10 times or 15 times, and then if it was just like a palette, if for example it was like a palette like this, it was to use each eyeshadow once or twice depending on how big the palette is. So let's roll spin the wheel, not roll it. Roll the dice, spin the wheel. And that is Revolution Flawless Matte. So that is this palette, which might deceive you because it looks exactly the same as this palette. It is the same range. It's the Ultra Professional Eyeshadow Flawless Matte, so it's the matte version of that. And it looks like this. So my goal is to use this each eyeshadow in here once, as there are what, 8, 12, 8, 16, 24, 32. Did I add that up right? So as I've got more than that's in the month, then I'm okay with that. So yeah, I think the aim is to use each eyeshadow once. I don't mind missing out at least this one at the bottom. So I think that's 31 eyeshadows for July, wow. So yeah, that is going to be the side palette for January. So then next month I will spin that wheel again with this excluded, and we will continue on. So I've not re-added the items from the last series. We're going to go on until I have literally nothing left on that wheel, and then we may do like a restart and refill it again. But there we go, that is the intro. I am excited to have this project back. I have missed it a lot. I have been wanting to do this for a few months now, so I'm very excited that this is back, and here's to me hopefully finishing this within the next year. I have low hopes though. I think it will last me until probably the end of the next year. So I think it will probably go on for like a year and a half. So I want to say summer 2024 when I finish this project. So yeah, there we go. And nothing else to add. I shall see you guys on Sunday for my 22 in 2022 finale. Happy New Year, hope you guys had a great Christmas, and see you guys next year. Bye.